Hi, I don't normally make videos like this. I normally make TikToks, but I decided to make some sort of YouTube video, I guess. I want to make this clear that I'm not a YouTuber and don't plan on being one at all. But I wanted to redo my altar setup. Almost all of them. I have about three. Especially my deity altar. As some of you may know, I work with Lucifer and Lilith and my spirit guide at the moment. But I actually am having a new goddess come into my life, so I wanted something bigger and I wanted to add them all on there somehow, but as you will be able to tell, it's going back and forth so much. It was a matter of 3 days that oh my goodness. So those three tables that I was painting in the beginning, I thought I was going to make something cool out of for all of them, but it really just wasn't working. Here's Lucifer's candle, but also this is kind of a Goodwill haul and how I used some Goodwill items for my altars and just kind of a way of finding cheap items and not having to buy only from Etsy or online or from really expensive shops or antique shops. So yeah. Anyways, the grass looked horrible in that. So I'm playing some root chakra music as I kind of do this, and I really kind of needed it. I was really exhausted after a while. Here's me just beginning to take things off. A lot of these frames are zoomed in because you could see my bum, and I'm like super insecure about that. But like also a body is just a body. But if you're going to judge or sexualize me, you're part of the problem. So, anyways, here's me just taking all of these items off. This candle is a prized possession, honestly. The candle holder, it has so much wax on it, and I really didn't want to break it in any way. So I was really careful about it, and there's a burn stain on there, but I'm just kind of taking it all off and trying to keep everyone's items together. After getting everyone's items off, you can see that I'm just trying to remove any dust and taking an old gift card to scrape off any excess wax. You know what I was trying to say. It's whatever. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm like not good at this whole filming thing. Really, it doesn't matter, to be honest, because this is just an example of something I'm trying. As you'll be able to see, I'm using a spray. I actually made this spray. I'm not able to use incense right now because my mother just had surgery on her stomach, and sneezing can be really hard after having surgery in certain places, as the pressure kind of goes on those places as you release that sneeze. So I really just try to stay away from that, and I wanted to use a spray that really didn't bother her much. And I had made it with just a few essential oils and herbs and alcohol. But I'm using some moon water to charge the tables after I already cleansed them. So yeah, just me wiping them. Um, they were this like disgusting green, but I mean I liked the green. It was just rusting, and it just wasn't looking pretty. So I painted them all black, and I got the paint from like Ace Hardware. It was just a basic exterior paint, interior paint, whatever. And then I tried using this white cloth because I thought it would kind of symbolize just like um just like a state of purity, as well as just like cleansing in general and neutralizing the energies, but I really hated it, and I know a lot of you do too. It just looks awful. I had already gotten Lilith stuff on there, and as you can see, the small one's in the back. Yeah, not a smart idea, but I'm just wiping off all of the items with kind of that moon washcloth. But Lilith's items are already on there, and I didn't really record it because I kind of just forgot to, yeah. Here's me trying to figure it all out. I had this one candle holder in the middle that I thought I was going to keep because they both liked the idea of having a candle for each of them on each side. So on the left side of that glass candle holder in the middle, I would have Lucifer's, and on the right I would have Lilith's, but it just wasn't looking right, and yeah, but they both agreed to it because they still really do work well together, even though they kind of explained to me that they're like divorced parents, but yeah, they still work well together. But I just couldn't figure out a good placement for everything, but this is just an example of that setting up an altar is not just easy, one shot go. You really have to take the time for it. I had everyone's candles lit, and Lord have mercy, did it get so hot in my room. I had to end up putting out everybody's candles. I kept like one on for a while for each of them, but oh my god, it was so hot, and with all the heat, it just goes up so much. So it was like unleveled on this side of like the corner, and I tried to put like a book to where it would kind of level, if that makes sense. Like the pages would just kind of like sync together. But I didn't want to leave the cover on there, so I tried putting a black cover over it for this candle holder. And it, Lord have mercy. I thought this was like looking good. I thought that this was gonna work. This was gonna be cute. I'm gonna love it in the end. I just need time to adjust. It's something completely different. So I just need time. So yeah, I had to take the small one and put it up front because of Hecate's altar. At this time I hadn't worked with her yet, and this was like the kind of temporary altar or first altar she was going to have. But I have connected with her since then. I have worked with her since then, and she really enjoys it. But I wasn't gonna leave it in the back. As you can see, I hated that white cloth. I hated it. And with me moving the small one to the front, imagine having to move that cloth from the front forward. So I had to take everything off and put it back on, and it was crazy. I had to take all of the items off, scoot the cloth back, and then scoot the small one up front. Ugh, it was horrible. But yeah, I really hated this white cloth. I really hated this white cloth. Oh my gosh, it just wasn't looking right. It wasn't fitting. Not only the fact that Lucifer and Lilith are, I guess you could say, dark beings, not in like a bad way. Dark doesn't mean anything bad. If you actually practice and understand the concept, dark is not a bad thing. It's actually very, very essential to finding balance in life. But here's me trying to put the black cloth over top of it. This is the next day, and I didn't even bother to brush my hair or anything. I mean, I brushed my teeth and washed my face, but I was like, not about it. So yeah, I put on this hoodie, as you saw a little bit ago, because I just didn't want to show my hair. Yeah, it's my boyfriend's hoodie, so. Boyfriend? No, sorry, I don't mean to. I'm just like being awkward and quirky, but I'm also just being myself because I don't know. I feel like people on TikTok see my videos and they kind of forget that I have a personality, but it's okay. Um, I was figuring out a way to make them not so loose and flowy, so I got these like binder clips. I almost called them sandwich bags, but these binder clips, I think they're pretty nice. They helped out a lot. I just kind of hooked them on underneath, which you'll be able to see in a minute. So, as you'll be able to see later on, um, I have redone everything about 5, 6, maybe 7 times. It is absolutely psycho how much my Gemini moon self, and if you know about a Gemini moon, here's me showing that. But if you know about Gemini moons, um, yeah, I will switch because I cannot decide on one thing, and if it's not satisfying me, mm, yeah. So as you'll be able to see, it really, and you can probably see it doesn't look good. It doesn't look nice. It literally, it looks so, it looks empty. It doesn't like, it looks so cluttered on top, but then so skinny and little on the bottom, and it just, ugh, no. But I'm just kind of cleaning up all the ashes and stuff from all the herbs and incense I was having before. If you have carpet or even hardwood floor and you have an altar on your floor, you'll be able to understand that there's some burn marks and some ashes marks, and just there's some marks on your carpet and floor because messy stuff happens. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning off my personal altar. I had my spirit guide, so my spirit guide is not a deity, which means that not anyone can call out to him. I really suggest you not using his sigil if you're able to see it. I my fear, and he'd probably be quite upset. My fear is for people to just steal sigils of personal beings or even past loved ones. And I've seen that happen before, and they'll steal them and they'll be like, oh my god, I work with them. That's like disrespectful, especially if they're not personal to you, just in my personal opinion. But I mean, you do you, I guess, as long as you're safe about it, and respectful. And yeah. But I had his stuff on my personal altar because I didn't have space for him on the altar I showed in the beginning. I didn't have space for him, and I felt bad because I didn't, so I just put him on my personal altar because I work with him a lot. He's the one I'm closest to. That was the end of my personal altar. And this spot to the right with the cloth, I actually was going to put Hecate's altar if I was going to keep that wooden table in the beginning, because I wouldn't have had room for Hecate's altar. But this desk thing, I put a lot of stuff on next to my bed because it's next to my bed, and my urge is just to put stuff on there. I didn't want Hecate's stuff to be disturbed anytime, and I tried, and I was going to put this like line of black obsidian as you see, but I've just put my guide stuff there, and some of my past loved ones stuff. But oh goodness, it just wasn't working out, and it just wasn't looking good. And as you can see, I, ugh, I, yeah, this was at about 1 a.m. I decided no. I decided I was going to use that desk as the altarpiece for all of them. I was really just kind of tired of it. So I just was like, no, I'm gonna get this done. So here's me putting everything back. So I needed something to keep to where the wax wouldn't straight up pour on the tablecloth, especially if it was down low. So like Lilith, I used this old frame or like glass piece to a frame that I spray painted black for a scrying mirror. On my Etsy shop, I sell scrying mirrors if you don't already know. Excuse my foot farting on my bed. But anyways, this is kind of the final product. I put those tables by my bed so I could put random stuff on that. But this is the final product. This is even it a couple, about a week afterwards. Hecate stuff has been updated, obviously, but yeah, and I'm gonna ask all them before I post anything if it's okay to show anything. Some of the stuff has been moved or scooted over or turned for other filming, but to make sure nothing catches on fire, I tied up that tapestry. But yeah, this is the final piece. And as kind of like a stool, because I'm not very good with standing, I have bad joints, I used one of those small tables and then put a pillow over top, which was kind of neat. And they all seem to really like being together. Yeah, so this is me just being awkward, but kind of making an outro. Yeah, I hope this inspires some of you to do something different, inspires you to go to Goodwill. Really just know that your altar is perfect, even if it's just a candle or rock. Okay, bye-bye.